right now, I think we're in the middle of a second e-commerce revolution. The first started about 20 years ago when it was enough to simply be able to buy things online. But the current revolution is all about taking that to the next level with data mining and analytics, allowing digital retailers to create an incredible sense of personalization. That's why tonight I want to check in with a company that's doing this for years. It's a company called Zappos, the online shoe store that became a subsidiary of Amazon in 2009. This is one of the most highly visible success stories of the dot-com era. And then last month, the company celebrated its 2-decade anniversary with the publication of a new book called The Power of Wow! How to electrify your work and your life by putting service first. It's full of lessons from Zappos executives and employees. As told to Mark D'Agostino of the New York Times, it's a very much fun read. I think these guys have a great time at Zappos, and a lot of it's because of the new retail order that we find ourselves in. We got to talk with them. So let's go to Tony Hsieh, the CEO of Zappos. Tony, welcome to Mad Money.
Thanks for having me.
All right, first, Tony, congratulations on you built an amazing company. One of the things I think is so funny is we were out at Salesforce last week. There's billions of dollars being spent to try to make people to be like your people, who are not your people. I want you to talk about oath of employment, number one, deliver wow through service, because it seems like the other guys are all trying to digitize and automate what you do from the heart.
Yeah, and actually, we're really focused on number one priority is actually company culture. And our whole belief is that if we get the culture right, then most of the other stuff like delivering great customer service or building a long-term enduring brand or business will just be a natural byproduct of that. And next time you're in Vegas, I'd definitely recommend coming to take a tour of our offices. We actually offer tours to the public Monday through Fridays. But part of the reason for coming out with the book, The Power of Wow, is for people that can't make it to our headquarters. We actually took over the former Las Vegas City Hall and part of the downtown Las Vegas revitalization efforts as well.
Well, I find companies with great culture, whether it be Dan Gilbert's companies in Detroit, whether it be Zappos, they do far more than just try to make money. They try to revitalize downtowns. They try to create whole new regimes like Holacracy, something you created in 2014. Tell us about that.
Yeah, so the media talked a lot about Holacracy, but really that's just one technology that we use. And for us, it's really about going from a kind of more typical hierarchical organization to one that's networked and self-organized. So probably the best real-life example of that is cities. You know, the mayor of a city doesn't actually tell its residents what to do or where to live, but cities are actually resilient. I think I read somewhere that there's only 3 days of food supply in Manhattan, but there's actually no centralized food, supply coordinator. And the other interesting statistic about cities is that every time the size of a city doubles, innovation or productivity per resident increases by 15%. But you kind of get the opposite effect in companies. Companies, as they get bigger, become more bureaucratic, less innovative per employee. And so our goal at Zappos is to kind of avoid that fate. And there's also interesting statistics like I think the Fortune 500 list came out in 1955 or something like that, and 89% of those companies no longer exist, are not on the list. And so the default future for companies that are in a hierarchical format is death, essentially. And so we want to basically not have that happen to us.
Well, you did have what amounted to a minor, but I still say near-death situation that occurred in your great book, which was that you had a mistaken price during one of the holiday seasons, and you lost $1 million in minutes, and yet you learned from the mistake. Most companies, it would be a firing, there would be it would be a pivotal negative moment, not at Zappos.
Yeah, I guess our perspective is as long as we're learning and constantly learning, if we make the same mistake multiple times, then we're not learning. And so that would be a bad thing. But anytime it's a new learning, we actually encourage that. And if anything, might put employees into even have more responsibility because now they're that much smarter.
Tony, why is it that it's revelatory? Point number 7 in your book, build a positive team and family spirit. Why do companies not foster that?
I think with anything like company culture or customer service, it all kind of, in my mind, it's all the same thing. It's really the difference between long-term versus short-term optimization and thinking. And so, yes, at Zappos, if we wanted to make more money tomorrow or next quarter or even for the next year, we could, in theory, just stop answering phone calls and stop focusing on company culture. And probably in the next year, that would actually increase our profits for the short term. But we've been around for 20 years, and we're not going anywhere. And we also operate independently from Amazon, and we basically treat them as our board of directors. And so that enables us to really take a long-term approach and really care about our employees, our company culture, and the byproduct of all that is great customer service. Our goal is to have Zappos be about the very best customer service and customer experience. And hopefully 10 years from now, people won't even realize we started out selling shoes online. And we've talked about how one day there could be a Zappos Airlines or a Zappos Hotel that's just about delivering the very best customer service and customer experience.
Okay, so away from my wife's incredible orders that she's placed with you so far this year for Christmas holiday, how is the Christmas season, given the fact that there are fewer days? And I know you guys have a great read on things.
Yeah, so our holiday season really kicks off on Cyber Monday, and so it's a little too early to tell right now, but what we do know from the past is that over time, customers know how fast our shipping is, and they can order one day and know that it'll be on their doorstep the very next day. And so I think the fewer number of days in the holiday season maybe doesn't affect us as much as it might other online retailers. And then also we encourage our customers, if they're not sure what their size is, they can order 2 pairs of shoes, 2 different sizes, try them both on, and then whichever one doesn't fit, send it back to us. Or choose 10 different styles and try them all on in the comfort of your living room, send back the ones that don't fit, and we pay for the shipping both ways. And so, yes, that's very expensive for us, but again, we really take a long-term approach, and that's what we think will keep our customers shopping with us 20 years from now. That's what's going to get them to one day visit and want to stay at the Zappos Hotel and hopefully fly Zappos Airlines to get there.
That would be fabulous, especially when you've got football coming. So I may have to do that. One last question, Tony. Tariffs, short-term thinking, don't worry.
I think for us, we haven't seen the price, it affect our pricing yet, so too early to tell. But our belief is that no matter what happens in the U.S., whether it's for footwear or other categories, we really believe in delivering the best possible customer service. And what we found is that consumers are willing to pay for that and really appreciate that.
Excellent. Okay, I want to thank you so much for everything you've accomplished for Las Vegas, for the people at Zappos, for all your customers. That's Tony Hsieh. He's the CEO of Zappos, and the book is The Power of Wow. Mad Money's back after the break.
Don't miss a second of Mad Money. Follow @Jim Cramer on Twitter. Have a question? Tweet Cramer. #MadTweets. Send Jim an email to madmoney@cnbc.com or give us a call at 1-800-743-CNBC. Miss something? Head to madmoney.cnbc.com.